welcome to Make Up Your Mind's Beauty channel. It's Kimmy here. Today I decided I wanted to talk about something a little different, and you might notice my background's different. I thought a different location for this video would be a little more well suited than my makeup station, and I'm sorry if my lighting is a bit off. I'm trying to get this down. I wanted to talk about something that's very personal to me and my family. May 15th is Mucopolysaccharides Awareness Day, and what mucopolysaccharides is, I've got notes here, so if you guys hear me reading from this, that'd be why. Okay, what mucopolysaccharides, or MPS, what it is a group of metabolic disorders caused by the absence or malfunctioning of lysosomal enzymes needed to break down molecules called, and I'm going to murder this word, I am sorry, it's I'm going to post it right down here, the word, I can't pronounce it, and short term is called GAGs. It's a long chain of sugar, carbohydrates in each of our cells that helps build bone, cartilage, tendons, and cornea, skin, and connective tissue. GAGs are also found in fluids that lubricate our joints. There are, like I said, a group of disorders. They very much range from Hurlers Syndrome to Symphlipio, and I'm going to talk about Hurlers Syndrome in this video. And I will explain why later, but I want to get out what Hurlers Syndrome is first. Hurlers Syndrome, or MPS 1, is a genetic disorder that results in the buildup of GAGs due to the deficiency of alpha-L-adenosines, an enzyme responsible for GAGs. Without this enzyme, a buildup of heparan sulfate and deteryn sulfate occurs in the body. Symptoms appear during childhood. What that means in English, as I like to say to people, is the GAGs are a group of complex sugars, and what these complex sugars do is they build bones, organs, they add skin tissue. If stuff's damaged, it repairs it, and our bodies naturally make this product, and our bodies naturally get rid of the excess. Children with mucopolysaccharides and also Hurlers syndrome don't have that enzyme to get rid of the excess. So what ends up happening is these GAGs continue to build up on bones and organs and skin tissues, and just it ends up damaging organs that are needed to make you or help you live. Some of the main problems with Hurlers syndrome is children end up having clouding of the corneas, they lose their hearing, they could be delayed mentally and physically. Their bones start to deform where added bone growth is seen, and their joints start to almost like a carpal tunnel syndrome, but in every joint of their body it becomes harder for them to move. Their organs start to get thicker and, what I say, fatter, and make it completely hard for those organs to function properly. Most children with Hurlers syndrome often die around 10 years of age, and it's generally due to an upper respiratory infection. It's also caused from heart problems where the valves of their heart have become so thick with tissue that it becomes almost impossible for the heart to beat and pump blood. The reason why I'm talking about Hurlers syndrome and mucopolysaccharides is because on May 15th is Mucopolysaccharides Awareness Day. 1 in every 100,000 children are born with mucopolysaccharides. It is a very rare disease. Because it's so rare, the government doesn't see a point in funding research for this disorder. Why is this story personal to me? About 2 years ago, my son was diagnosed with Hurlers syndrome, on his 2nd birthday, no less. I had no idea what it was. Dylan's father had no idea what it was. We didn't know anything about Hurlers syndrome or mucopolysaccharides until he was diagnosed with it. And the stuff that my son has gone through in the past 2 years, and even that first year after we found out about the Hurlers syndrome, it's a lot. It's a lot for a child to go through, and it's a lot for a parent to go through. And I'm sorry if I'm getting emotional here. This is my son I'm talking about. Now there is no cure for Hurlers syndrome. There are two ways to kind of delay the inevitable. One of them is enzyme replacement therapy, where a child has to go in once a week to the hospital and they have to sit there for 3 hours while enzymes are being injected through an IV into their arm. And this is giving them the enzymes that they are missing to break down these sugar molecules. Also, another treatment is a bone marrow transplant. And of course, everyone knows the risk with bone marrow transplants. And with mucopolysaccharides patients, it is still relatively new. My son had both. My son was able to get the Aldurazyme, which is the enzyme replacement therapy, before, during, and a little after his bone marrow transplant. He was also lucky enough to get a bone marrow transplant from an unrelated donor. Through Dylan, my fiance and I have learned so much. He is the strongest person I know. But unfortunately for Dylan, even though he's already had these treatments, it isn't the end of his journey at the hospital. Dylan's going to have to go through a ton of surgeries in his lifetime, and I kind of live in the moment right now. I don't know what our future holds. I don't know what to expect. I have talked to other mothers who have children with Hurlers syndrome or had children that passed away to prepare myself to know what it's going to be like in the future. But things change all of the time, and I'm living in the now, and I'm getting through this day by day, and I don't look too forward into the future. So I am going to post a link in the description box down here to the MPS runs, I believe it's .org, I'm not sure. It's their website, and they accept donations from people to help fund research on the mucopolysaccharides. The doctors at Children's Hospital in Columbus, Ohio have done wonderful things for my son. The nurses there were so nice. The doctors were very open about things. They talked to me and my fiance about stuff that we didn't know about that included into Hurlers syndrome. So please feel free to visit the MPS Run site and get any type of information. Wikipedia also has information on Hurlers syndrome.
Mommy wants to put your messy face on camera.
Hey, baby. Hi. Hi. Oh, my light just fell.
Oh.
I didn't have anything sticking up there. It's balancing.
That's not very safe.
No. Baba. Okay, everyone. This is Dylan. I gotta distract him because he sees things on the floor. You say hi, Dylan? Say hi. Hi.
Tired.
Tired? Good thing Daddy's tired. This is Dylan. Dylan is 4 years old, and he has mucopolysaccharides, or MPS 1, known as Hurlers syndrome. And this is mine and my fiance's wonderful bundle of Joy, who's mad at me right now. He wants the paper. Now I'm going to go ahead and let him go downstairs with his daddy, and I'll finish this video. So yeah, that was my son Dylan. He's quite a handful. He is 4 now, but he's mentally 1. He does have some problems still. After his bone marrow transplant, his hearing has improved, his vision has improved, and he's walking. He just started walking, oh goodness, July 2010, and he would have been 3 then. He started walking at 3. He still doesn't talk. There's a few words he does say, like mom and dad, but for the most part, he doesn't talk. His achievements, he's going to school now. He's started preschool in the fall of 2010, and he will be going back next year. He loves going to school. He loves being around other people his own age, and he gets to get outside the house and get to meet new people and friendly faces. So I wanted to make this video to spread awareness of MPS, and to the families out there who have children with MPS, feel free to contact me if you want. I'm not really the poster child for MPS. I don't know a lot about it, just my personal experience and how I've been able to stay strong, and a lot of that I have to credit to my fiance. If it wasn't for him being my support, it was kind of like a chain, you know. I was Dylan's support, Dan was my support, and if it wasn't for him, I would probably still be in utter depression over it. So, yeah, I will let you guys go, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.